Hello, this is Pastor Russ again, and I would like to share with you the fourth law of Maslow's 5 laws. Now, to recap real quickly, you cannot do one of these laws without the one preceding it. So the first one is physiological. You have to make sure that physical needs are met. Second one is safety concerns. Are they secure in their job? Do they secure in their live? Do they feel secure in their marriage? Whatever the case is. Then you can go to level 3, which is love and belonging. They can feel love and belonging. If they're putting all their time in the first two, you can't get to number 3. Okay? So a word about love and belonging real quickly. Oftentimes someone has stolen or destroyed levels 1 or 2. And because of that, they really want to experience love and belonging. You'll hear it in their voice. They may even verbalize it that way. But if they just can't seem to get there, you need to look back and see what has happened. Somebody may have done something. Or oftentimes they've stolen it from themselves, levels 1 and 2. Now, narcissists, for example, is an example that we can use here, but they're only one example of many. But not only does a narcissist implode 1 and 2 on themselves, they will explode somebody else's third level in the process. So thus making the person who gets their level 3 destroyed or seriously harmed makes their 1 and 2 now a disaster. So you have to watch the interactions with people. Sometimes it's not the person, sometimes it's who they hang around with that makes a difference. Now, once you've met the first 3 levels, so physiological needs, safety needs, and esteem, we go to esteem. Love and belonging goes to esteem. You can move on to there. Now, esteem needs are related to the person's need to have recognition, status, to feel respected, to feel valued. And this, as you go up, you begin to understand these start getting to be a little bit more complicated. Physiological, we can manage to figure out how to get you a warm meal and a warm place to sleep tonight and, take care of that. But when you start talking about this, it can become more involved and takes longer to accomplish. Now, this is supposed to be done with people who have achieved level 3. They have love and belonging. Now, the belonging part of this can sometimes be a little bit different. We want them to feel this in a marriage. We want them to feel this in a family. We want them to feel this at church. Companies go to great lengths in spending billions of dollars to make sure their employees feel this way. But you can find it in a gang, in a street gang. You can find it among a loose group of friends. You can go to an online community or group, and you can find this same thing here. And also groups that share similar passions. And those passions can be rooted in anything. It doesn't have to be the Bible or the church. It could be in sexuality. It could be in politics. They find that there. Now, Maslow broke up esteem into 2 categories. The first category is the need to have respect from others, for people to respect you. You want people to respect you. Number 2, the need to respect yourself. How many times have we heard one or the other come into play when we're talking to someone? They may say, they don't respect me. My spouse doesn't respect me. But the other side of the issue also is I can't believe in myself. I can't respect myself. I've made too many mistakes. I can't forgive myself. That's where we're seeing. That's where you're going to see these 2 things come into play. Now, both have to be working in order to have healthy self-esteem. You can't go with one without the other. So to demand respect from others and then embrace a loathing self-view or self-value is only going to lead you to feelings of guilt and depression, because while people are praising you, you feel like you're worthless. And your mind and your heart can't line that up. And that causes guilt and depression. It'll also cause anger and some other things. And while people see them in one light, these people who are having these esteem issues with themselves just can't understand, why do these people praising me? Why do they like me? You're going to see that also come into play. Now, as a church, we see this through a different lens than the world does, and rightfully so. Because the world wants to push at making people great and important and special and all the rest of that. But all of that is rooted in themselves. And the problem with that is that we're not perfect. So we are trying to improve imperfection with imperfection. Yeah, it's not going to work. But whenever we realize what our purpose and our calling is in Christ, why did God create us? Then we can find that place of not only respect from others, but also self-respect. Because a God that smiles upon us is something to be valued, highly valued. And in the world that we live in today, people want to dismiss or devalue one's relationship with God. Well, God has to love me. Well, God always loves you. But when you receive that love, it is an extension of his presence in your life. And we want to teach people how to be that kind of resilient disciple that makes all the difference in their own life and the lives of people around them. So there is Maslow's fourth law. And hang on, we'll come up with number 5.